Hey, we're back with the Blind RS3 playthrough. Let's review the objectives for today. Doing quests is on the back burner right now because I want to unlock the invention skill as soon as possible. Last episode we got to 80 divination. Now I need to finish getting 80 smithing and 80 crafting. I'm trying to get smithing first to get a better pickaxe because I'm going to be using the pickaxe to mine for gems and then cutting those gems to get crafting XP. Eventually, I'm going to try to get chinchampas for the player-owned farm. I'm going to try to do that with a trapper, so I have to unlock the trapper using beans. That's a new objective on the list for this episode. We also want to eventually fish and cook in Menaphos for food. I've done basically zero fishing on this account. All of the fishing levels I have are from fish flingers, which is really efficient early game fishing XP in terms of XP per minute. I want to unlock all of the skilling outfits that have a modified headpiece because they all have a special effect and a daily item that you can withdraw from them. Today that includes the prayer outfit and the cooking outfit that I have to get from the Ectofuntus and from Gnome Restaurant, respectively. Worshipping at the Ectofuntus requires completion of Ghosts Ahoy, so I've got a couple of quick quests to do for that. That's going to be the immediate objective at the start of this episode. Also finishing Ghosts Ahoy will make it a lot easier for me to mine the Phasmatite that I need to finish getting smithing to 80. And then far on the back burner, I eventually want to unlock the Ring of Luck archaeology relic so that I have some basic luck that's always on. And I think that's it. Let's get to the episode. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started with Priest in Peril here. I guess I need to go get Essence. I shouldn't have used all the Essence in my Wicked Hood, but that shouldn't take too long. And then I'm going to do Ghost Ahoy so that I can make this Phasmatite grind a little better. I am looking for a quest. Okay, I'm pretty sure this quest is almost unchanged, so I'll just report in if there are any changes. I know one of them is that they changed the name of the Temple Guardian to Cerberus from walking through there. Well, this is a change. I get 4 pure essence at a time at the essence mine, so that's nice. I guess if you use pure essence, you only need 25 of it. Spacebarred past it, but there's a lot of dialogue that's like, one dead dog coming right up. Oh, they made Cerberus just look like a cute little doggo. It's horrible. Remember, I over-prepared for this guy in my blind playthrough of OSRS. Just the same. You did what? Are you mentally deficient? Did I make a mistake? Yes, you did. 5 exclamation points. This is a small change. There's a dedicated Monk of Zamorak that's guaranteed to drop the key as opposed to it being a 1 in 3 drop for many of the monks. Very minor. I remember having to go for the key being a little annoying. You know I gotta interrupt my questing to go do a Gothic's Cache. Alright, done with my Gothic's Cache for the day. Let's go back to Priest in Peril and go away. They haven't made really any significant changes to the dialogue or anything. I think they maybe made the process of getting the key a little bit more streamlined. I like what they've done with the building where they've added a bunch of graffiti and stuff and made it really look like the Zamorakian mages have trashed the place. And then letting you get away with 25 instead of 50 pure essence is nice. There we go. Complete the quest. Done. Priest in Peril. Let's go do Ghost Ahoy. Alright, so I'm preparing real quick for Ghost Ahoy. The item list looks the same. It's interesting you need to have a spade, but the one on your tool belt won't work. And I think I can get one for free from the Lorehound pet, so I'll do that here in a second. To make an oak shield bow. Why they changed that from longbow to shield bow? But I got all these dyes earlier when I had the chance. Looking ahead. And there's still nettles back here, yeah. I think I can just make this in advance, the nettle tea. I have to go get some silk, which I think I can just get from Al Kharid. Silk Trader, I do this every cycle on my chunk account. Yeah, it looks like it's the exact same dialogue. Well, he actually has a little stall now, so that's nice. If I don't want to use Ecto tokens for this, I think I have to go into a charter ship. Penny pinching a bit. It's a little cheaper from Port Sarim, so I'll do that. Alright, popping into Port Phasmatis for the first time. I cannot buy buckets of slime from these guys anymore. In fact, their entire shop has been pretty thoroughly nerfed compared to old school. Right, so I have to look for Velarina. Again, I think this quest is the same, so I'll just pop in if anything appears to have changed. Accept quest. You don't need to bring buckets down here anymore, which is kind of interesting. Definitely need to do that in old school. Just clicking it gives you buckets. So I guess I'm going to need 1,200 of these buckets if I want the prayer outfit, which I do. So that'll be some new project once I'm done. If I get a chance to play attentively when I finish my chunk account, I'm going to do that, I think. Well, I got to use my farming hat teleport to the ship over here. That's pretty fun. thought this wind speed part is really janky and cute. Like, wait for the wind speed to go down to check it. Oh my god, it's a giant lobster. Well, they've improved the textures on him a little bit. I can do these wisps, can I? 85, okay. Oh, it's good I'm doing this quest for when I hit 85 divination. I think the guy, this Akharanu dude, is setting up, like, the area that he is from is actually in RS3. It's not in old school yet. Oh god, I gotta do rune draw. I forgot about this. They really haven't improved this interface at all. I think it actually looks significantly worse than it does in old school. Well, they haven't tried really at all to make the bed sheet look better. I love that you go from this to this. Amazing. I want to have this equipped forever. It looks so good compared to everything else. It's such a hilarious contrast. Oh wow, they even tried to make the chat head look better. They just never got around to making the character model incredible. I mentioned this before, but I really like the new undead cow model. It looks great. The chickens are pretty much just greenish. Oh, they're missing a wing. That's cute. And we got an ectophile. Beautiful. Free passage into Port Phasmatis. Got an ectophile. Prayer 54. Right, that should make this ore mining way easier because I can just ectophile here. I think I can just also pop in to bank. Yeah. There's a metal bank here. Presumably there's a metal bank. Yeah. I could use the metal bank or I could use the bank. All right, so that wraps up what I wanted to do because I should be able to just now AFK run back and forth with Phasmite and deposit it here. I don't even need to use the ectophile. I could just run in through the back door, I think. Assuming I can climb over this low wall. Let's double check that. That's not like a diary reward or something. 92 agility? Gotta be joking me. Well, whatever. It's not that far of a run then. I still have the Nemi Forest. I have to wait for the map to get updated. I'm just gonna do that without recording it. You've seen me do it a bunch of times. I might end up getting a level up from it. If I do, I'll try to report it later. But I've got about 1,500 Phasmatite to mine, so I will probably report on the status of that with tomorrow's dailies. Bye. Morning, folks. I am back for more dailies. Things we missed yesterday. I got mining up to 84. Nemi Forest, I want to say, pretty much just got me a dungeoneering level. Otherwise, these skill levels are basically the same. I am done. This took a really long time. I have 1738 Necrite ore and Phasmatite. I don't think that's actually going to quite get me to 80. I haven't accounted for the fact that I want to build an entire Necronium armor set and weapon and all that. So I might need to come back and mine a little bit more, but I have enough that I can at least start smithing in earnest. This might not be true, but no, I think this is right. I think this took like 8 hours to get the Phasmatite and like a separate 8 hours to get the Necrite. So a lot of mining. It's a lot of mining. I really want to unlock Invention. It would make me very happy. I would be delighted. No exciting drops, none of those metamorphic geodes. I did get 2 more mimic kill tokens, so I'm up to 4, which so I'm just going to keep holding on to those indefinitely at the moment. So I'm going to start smithing today. I expect the smithing is going to take about as long as the mining, but I have a bunch of dailies to do because it's a new day, so let me start those. I might actually want to try to get a breeding pair of spiders. It seems like the drop rate on that is a little bit more reasonable. It's really hard to tell. The wiki isn't as well maintained as the old school wiki is. It'll say things like rare for the drop rate instead of saying exactly, what it is. But since it's liable to make such a huge difference in my efficacy, I might consider just going to like the clock tower and farming spiders for a little bit just to see if I get lucky. It should take very little effort to kill a whole bunch of them. I'm going to finish up the rest of my dailies before I attempt that. I feel like if I'm going to do it, I need to do it sooner rather than later since it's going to have downstream impacts, Patch number 1 down. One more and I'll get a level. Looking forward to 85. Runecraft 36. I think I really need to start pursuing a better altar for this. I just don't want to take the time to spend on it. Thought about doing Chaos Talisman, which would, I think, probably require that I farm some of this monsters. Might be worth trying to do. I got some time. I'm gonna set some time aside to try to farm spiders, a breeding pair of spiders, and I guess I might also go check out the Abyss to see if I get any lucky talismans. I have not been in the Abyss at all on RS3, so I don't know if it's like super dangerous or something. I'm gonna go check it out and see what happens. I just want to try to get any kind of viable talisman above what I currently have. Oh, I thought I already did this. Sure did. Okay, I guess I have to talk to him more in Duroc first. 1 second. Chaos Talisman would be ideal, and it looks like it's not that uncommon of a drop, so that's what I'm kind of going for here. All right, let's check this place out. It's still aggro. Wouldn't put it past RS3 to remove aggro from this place. Thistle Charms. Okay, figure out what the hell those are. Still take away all your prayer when you get down here. I think getting into multi-combat is pretty bad here. I think they're all attacking you, even though you can't see them doing it, which is kind of annoying. By bringing some food, I guess. I guess they remove you getting skulled. I have to find a place where I can only get attacked by one at a time, basically. Strength 42. You know, I didn't think about this, but the Wicked Hood only gives Rune Essence, so I wouldn't be able to use it on Chaos Runes anyway. Oh, well, there's the Chaos Talisman. Of course I got it. Best case scenario is body runes, I think. I can eventually get pure essence out of the Wicked Hood, but I have to get every talisman in the game, which is going to require some questing to get like the Death Talisman and the Law Talisman. So I got the thing I came for. I guess I'll go ahead and get out of here. Go ahead and add it to the hood, I suppose. Old school body talismans drop from regular guards, and that is still true in this game. So I guess I'll quickly go do that too. Trying to get a teensy bit more XP per day, you know. Chaos Talisman. I guess I can still claim the runes now for free, which is cool. All right, murdering regular guards until I get a body talisman drop. Oh, well, long search is over. There we go. That was easy enough. Should have done that a while ago. Probably going to use that now for my daily crafting. Okay, before I start smithing, I am going to go to the clock tower and, I don't know, spend like an hour or so on regular level 2 spiders to see if I get lucky here. I think for the purposes of my attempt to farm here, I'm just going to ignore any spider silk drops. I don't think it really matters. As far as I can tell, the drop rate is exactly the same on these level 2 spiders as it is on literally anything else. I saw bread dough. I thought that was an egg. I got all excited. It immediately got a drop. Might switch off of legacy combat here too, because I think I can AoE them a bit. I'd be much more enthused about farming for this. It's just like getting a breeding pair makes me nervous. Like going for a 1 in 1500 drop is fine. Going for 2 1 in 1500 drops is fine, but you need to go for 2 1 in 1500 drops and hope that it's a breeding pair, right? You don't get 2 males or something. Seems pretty intimidating. I guess I'll just do this until my alarm goes off for the player-owned farm or Guthix caches. Strength 43. Yeah, my farming alarms are going off. I haven't gotten anything so far. It's like 1 in 1500, which seems insane. I think some people were saying, I was trying to Google it, like what's practically the actual drop rate, and you get like 1 per 2 hours of this, which I don't know if this is worth 4 hours of my time, given that I'm not getting anything else in the process. It's pretty terrible XP, right? Farming 66. Really want to get to 70 and do more scarabs. Well, apparently I've earned a total of 10,000 beans. I really need to save up and get this trapper, I think. It's gonna save me the trouble of actually trying to get my own eggs. Okay, here comes a divination level 81. 4 to go until this is a little bit more tolerable. Okay, I am prepared to do Necronium. I think I need to be careful about the order in which I do things. I have enough ore to get the level that I want, but I want to try to benefit from the extra bars at 74 smithing as much as possible. So I'm going to sit here and quickly do a calculation on how many burial sets I have to make to get to 74 first before I smelt all of this. Okay, so I think I want to do 2 burial sets and then an extra plate body to start with. So that's 2 burial sets is 192 plus 192 plus 80 bars, 464 bars. And I'm probably going to swap off of recording here, so I'm going to start working on the Junkman account. I'll come back and report once all this is done. Hey y'all, it's a new day. I'll give you my update again. Not to 80 smithing. Got about halfway there. 76 from everything I've crafted so far. I still got a bunch of bars to work through. 464 left over. So should be able to hit 80. It's just, you know, taking a long time. That was the main thing that happened in the interim, is I kind of just sat here and did smithing training for a long time. I did destroy and then screw up a ceremonial sword. I learned my lesson that the guide that the Alt-1 plugin gives you assumes that you're like 95 smithing, which prevents you from being able to completely break the item, so I gotta pay a little bit more attention when that happens. And you'll notice I did get a second piece of the blacksmith set. I got the pants, and working my way towards a third piece now. Doing my Nemi Forest here, got a prayer level up. Smithing 78. Wrapping this up, should be able to get another outfit piece right now. I have dailies to do, but I really want to just finish this. Just got the gloves. That's 3 pieces. I'm not gonna get the full set before 80, but getting close to it. Okay, this has taken many hours, but I have 5 full sets of +4 Necronium gear in my inventory and 1 extra full helm that I made by accident. So we're gonna go ahead and make all these into burial sets, which is gonna be pretty satisfying, I think. 1. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I guess I'll also go ahead and make the helmet into a just regular standalone burial helm. Do that first. All right, here we go. This should get me really close to 80. 79 smithing. Now I'm gonna see if I have all the resources I need here. So I have 185k to go, and I have 4 items with 50k in them. So yeah, I'm actually gonna overshoot it a little bit. I guess that's because I got some extra XP from like ceremonial swords and stuff, but it's fine, right? I can keep my extra. I guess I can't see how many bars I can still make. Let's check the smelter. Yeah, these 211 potential bars, I could save those for repairing the Necronium gear, because I guess the Necronium gear is degradable, like Barrow's gear or whatever, but if you're a smith, you can just trivially repair it yourself using bars, that's a really cool system. I like that. I like the respect system, but it does definitely feel like it's entirely calibrated around a more mid to end game player, because like it just gives you respect based on XP gain, and because of the XP curve, that means that you basically can't do shit with respect until you're in like the 70s, and then in the 70s you start getting tons and tons and tons of respect, but it's pointless until then. All right, this has been an enormous dedicated grind. Getting all of the ore necessary and then actually smithing it took a lot of hours, but it's almost done. I'm about to ding 80 smithing and will qualify for invention. Well, 2/3 of the way to invention. There it is, 80 smithing, wonderful. I am likely going to ignore smithing for a while for real this time. I know I've said that several times, but I don't really have anything else that's pressing for me to push with it. But what I do intend to do, as soon as I finish this burial item, I'm going to pop out really quick, mine some Bainite, and get a bunch of Bainite tools. I don't need to make a full Bainite armor set, because I'm not going to be 80 attack or 80 defense for a very long time, but I would like to get things like the tools. Oh, I didn't even see all these pipes bursting, geez. The main reason I front-loaded the smithing grind there was so that I could make a new pickaxe for hunting uncommon gems for the crafting grind. I wanted to do that first to make the crafting grind a little smoother. It's nice looking at the invention skill and seeing just one more objective sitting in the way. I don't know how many accounts how many iron accounts have rushed invention like this. I feel like this still is pretty early to try to push for it, but it seems like it's such a useful skill to have for every other skill that getting it early seems worth it. All right, so I'm gonna pop out and mine some Bainite. We're gonna do the usual stuff with the ore box and making a level 1 pickaxe, then upgrading it. But all I really want out of this is a max level Bane pickaxe. Oh, interesting. Bainite doesn't have a coal component. You just smith 2 ore together to make a bar. That's kind of cool. I wish they had more. I like the smithing rework a lot. I think it's really, really good, but the one thing that I think is kind of a bummer about it is how like generic everything has turned out to be, where it's just every 10 levels you get a new colored ore, and like you inspect the ore and it says like this is level 70 ore, right? So at least there's some very small differences between them. Pretty sure my best option for Bainite ore is the one in the wilderness up here. This one's quite a bit safer than the wilderness phasmatite, which was not at all worth it. This location was probably quite a bit riskier before they super nerfed the wilderness, but there's zero danger for this. All right, mining Bainite. I'm gonna get 4 pieces of ore so I can upgrade my pickaxe, and then I'm gonna stay here until I can get the pickaxe to, I think it's +4 still for Bainite. It doesn't become +5 until Elder Rune at 90. Really grateful for the change they made to let you teleport out of here if you're not skulled. All right, making the Bane bars, and let's quickly heat up a pickaxe here. Oh, this is interesting. Tuned Bane. Abyssal Bane. Damage does extra damage to Abyssal Demons, Dragons, and Revenants. Huh, that's kind of interesting. There we go, Bane Pickaxe. Probably should have brought enough ore to also make the ore box, but it's fine. I think I can bury my old max level equipment, like my +4 Necronium pickaxe. I'm just gonna hold on to it for now. That's kind of cool that that's an option, though. Seeing this guy with the golem outfit reminded me that that's a thing, and I want to see how close I am to it. I'm hoping I don't get enough fragments for it before invention, and I don't think I will. I think you need 54,000 fragments, and I have 35,000, so I'm guessing the uncommon gems grind is going to get me close, but not quite to that. So that'll be good. That's one of the reasons I want to do invention now, is I don't want to be sitting on enough fragments for an elite outfit and not have invention to actually put it together. All right, I got my +4 Bane pickaxe. I think it's time for me to go ahead and do the dailies for today, and then we'll get working on gem rocks. Gotta make this crafting 80 grind happen. All right, this is one of two. I think this would be much more tolerable for me if I only had to do it once, but I have to set an alarm for 2 hours every day. The whole hour obviously isn't committed to Gothic's caches, but you know, I need to make sure that I'm free. Oh, I got really excited for the ability to do a easy request, because I desperately need this reputation, but I need 95 sweet corn seeds and I have 65. I guess you can buy them from a shop in Taverley, but I don't know if it restocks as quickly as the one in Draenor. I'm really going to try to turn this in because I should be able to actually do it. I just need to get the sweet corn seeds. It might require me to spend some time pickpocketing the Master Farmer. Unfortunately, the reward is 50 cosmic runes, which isn't very exciting. I really want that to be a rep boon. Oh, I got a emote for getting 500 music tracks, apparently, for coming to the body altar. Just gonna do my essence crafting here. I think it's slightly better XP. All right, I'm waiting on a second Gothic's cache here. I've got timers set for my player-owned farm. I need to do another 10 back-to-back rounds of fish flingers, so I'll probably do that soon. In between these things, I'm gonna do gem rocks. Real quick, it looks like the Taverley shop restocks like once every 10 minutes, so I was able to get my seeds. I'm gonna sell my old Elder Bull here. Give them the items and animals. Excellent. Okay, competent farmer. Can build a remote farm machine. Shiny animals sell for more. Those are not helpful. The one that is helpful is the next tier. Yeah, the next tier is huge. If buyers on farms will buy twice as many small animals, I can sit here and micromanage my chickens all day. I can easily sell 24 chickens a day, which should be a pretty big boost in beans. Eventually, I'm not going to give a shit about beans. Eventually, I'm just going to use this for XP, but right now, I have to like really micromanage it to get as many beans as I can. All right, done with this. I got to go do a bunch of fish flingers. I guess, do I want to use this buff? Let me see if anybody's doing it on like a community divination server. Yeah, there's a couple people here. I'll go ahead and do it, at least until my POH or player on farm alarm goes off. All right, why am I here? Well, I got to do fish flingers, and if I'm doing fish flingers, I want to be doing something in the lobby, and the only thing I can really do in the lobby is fletch. And if I'm gonna fletch, I want to have lots of arrow shafts, and this is probably a more efficient way to get arrow shafts than doing the oak logs outside fish flingers. So I'm just gonna do this. It's gonna be like 11 minutes to the next game. It's like very early in the morning on a Saturday, so I don't think I'm gonna have anybody else playing fish flingers with me. We'll see if I can even get any medals today. All right, I bought some feather packs for a bunch of money. I need to do safe cracking again soon because I'm running out of money. I'm just gonna fletch while I wait for these games here. Fletching 55. Okay, I don't think I have the fortitude to do 10 of these games, so I did 2. That's enough to use up my tickets. Oh, I got first place. Nice. I look forward to getting the final tackle box, so I think I have no reason to do fish flingers after that. Mining 85. Doing a lot of this on my phone now, so I might miss a couple level ups. Still over here working through this grind for gems. This is like simultaneously really fast and really slow. Like, I think it's gonna require many hours of mining to get the gems that I need, but each trip happens so quickly that I barely even notice it. I think the pickaxe is mostly helpful. I guess the problem is it can't like overkill mining damage, so it can only become helpful once I run out of stamina. So ideally you'd have so much mining power that when you're out of stamina, you can still like AFK the rock, but as you can see here, like I don't do quite enough damage to fully AFK the rock when I'm out of stamina. Cuts the speed in like half. I guess on the plus side though, you still get XP based on the amount of damage you dealt, so I'm getting more XP per hour for doing this, which I guess is good. All right, wrapping up at my second Guthix cache for the day. I still have a bunch of other dailies I have to work on today. Divination 82. Looking forward to 85, see how much more chill it makes things. Also at 85, I can get an increased number of divine locations per day, which is going to require some grinding, and I think it's called the Hall of Memories. But I will look into that once I actually hit 85. I'm not going to care about it until... Should have enough resources here that I'll be able to afford to build the Tier 3 Town Hall. Yeah, we're good. So I'm going to do that, and then the Tier 3 Storehouse, and then I have to decide whether I want to build the breeding pen for Dinosaur Farm before I build the extra workers. The extra workers are probably more efficient to get earlier. There's not too much else I want from this place other than the breeding pen. So I might take the breeding pen first, and then do the sleeping quarters. Thank you. All right, so Storehouse is vines, hides, and rock. I missed a level up there, but 86 mining, still working through all these gems. Is a lot of trips. I need to back off really quick to finish my daily as I've been slacking. Just got a farming level up, 67. I guess I could boost to 70 now, but I have to get my own garden pies. You can't just buy them from the pie shop. I have to look into how to do that. Well, they're not too bad. Tomato, onion, cabbage, and a pie shell. Maybe. We'll see. I think I also have access to a familiar that gives a +2 farming boost, so I might just hold out until I can get to 68. All right, I gotta do some fish flingers today. I'm gonna see if I can survive more than just the 2 games for the daily, but I'm also waiting on my player-owned farm timers for my chickens and my cows to grow, so I'm just gonna wait until those alarms go off, and in the meantime, I'm gonna farm up. I'm gonna need Guams for tomorrow, so I'm gonna go do AFK Chaos Druids for a little bit. Oh, this is a bummer. It's kind of a downside of this little Chaos Dungeon that in the normal wilderness, these guys aggro you forever, but the ones in here don't aggro you once you double their combat level, making this quite a bit less AFK. I might step outside and do the regular ones and see if it still works. I think it does. Looks like the thugs still aggro. Okay, the ones in the wilderness still auto retaliate works, so I'll miss out on the scripted herb spawns on the ground, but I think if I'm going to farm those, I'm just going to hop spam for them. Strength 44, Constitution 49. I really need these Constitution levels so that food heals for more. That's weird. I left and came back here because I decided I really needed the extra herbs on the ground, and now they're aggroing me? So I don't know how it works, to be honest. Something must have been up when I came in before, like there was a lingering resistance to like a tolerance or something. Strength 45, which I think gives me a new activated ability. I have to double check. I'm not sure if they changed how tolerance works in RS3. It's still clearly a thing, but I have to walk way further away from the entrance in order to get them to reset again. And it's weird that they were already not aggroing me when I first came here. So maybe it's like enemy based or something? I don't know. 60 fishing, and I can't bring myself to do. I can't do 10 tickets right now. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. We'll see how long I put that off for. Prayer 56, doing my Nemi Forest daily. Oh boy, I just sold some animals from the daily reset, and I have 4,900 beans. So close. I'm gonna try to squeeze it out real quick with some chickens. Still over here mining for gems. I have about another 1,000 to go or so, but my alarm just went off for my chickens. I'm just trying to sell them as fast as I can so I can get this trapper unlocked, because I feel like the sooner I get the trapper unlocked, the sooner I get better animals. All right, selling all these chickens. Quick sell. Yes, please. Thank you. Goodbye. Got plenty of beans now. There we go. 52.78. We're gonna buy adamantite. Yes. He can be found in the farmhouse. And I think I have to pay beans to send him out, which I'm glad I got some extra beans. Send off 100 beans. That's fine. I don't know how long it takes him to come back. I'm gonna have to look that part up. All right, this is my first time checking out what the trapper has brought me. I'm gonna try to do this pretty frequently. I think you can do it once every 6 hours. I'm obviously not gonna be online for all of that, but let's see. Ends are full, that's fine. Collect. That is the worst possible thing he could have given me. All right, that's okay, because I'm just going for the chance of something rarer than that. Yes. And get an easy request here for a sheep and a bunch of onion seeds. 3 black dragon hides. Okay. Oh man, this is gonna take forever. Guess they added a woodcutter's grove to the fort today, then also apparently made the more difficult to build buildings of the fort way more difficult to build for anyone who hadn't already built them. So that's kind of unfortunate, but oh well. I'd rather they make it harder than make it easier, I guess. I'm gonna go check that out, but I gotta do a Gothic's cache here in 3 minutes. What the hell? I found 47 last wills. Oh god, is that some kind of like event for today? I don't want to. Stop it, stop it. I can't find anything on the last will thing. I did log in. Oh, I guess it's gone now. I logged into like 15 different messages about you have a thing to claim. You should do your Yak Track rewards. You can do the beach event. You can get the Golden Cape. Oh my god. It's time to stop RuneScape 3. Just let me play the game. I know I'm like really significantly missing out doing this gem grind without using the Golden Cape event, because the Golden Cape gives you infinite porters, so I could literally just sit AFK, old school RuneScape shooting star style at a gem forever. But I'm not gonna do it. I can't do those events, man. It feels too gross to me. I don't really care how many people watch these videos. Just the fact that I'm making videos is a way for me to kind of like provide proof that I have a self-restriction that I'm not going to do those events. All right, so I got a bunch of tasks on the list right now. I think I'm going to get Candy looped into checking out the Woodcutter's Grove here. It looks like they actually made some pretty substantial improvements to woodcutting to bring it in line with mining. There's like a wood box similar to an ore box. They rebalanced all the nodes. Basically a bunch of stuff that I'd like to check out. But I still have to do all of my gems for crafting 80. I'm getting pretty close to that. I actually need to go get money soon from safe cracking because I have less than 100k GP. I'm probably gonna use that all up on Shopscape today. So I'll have to do that pretty soon. I haven't quite finished my chunk account. I took a break over the weekend from it, but I have a few straggler tasks that I have to finish. So I'm gonna have to like leave myself some AFK thing to do while I'm working on the chunk account. For now, I think that's just gonna be gems, but I guess it might be woodcutting eventually if that's sufficiently AFK. I gotta finish all my dailies before I'm allowed to do anything else though, so I guess let me do that first. Yeah, wood boxes have been added. You make them at different tiers, so you need 6 logs to make a regular wood box. So there's the first wood box, and I probably need 6 oak logs to make the next tier. I'll just make a fully upgraded wood box real quick. This is a candy loop, but hey, it's fun. It's an actual update that they added that's permanent to the game. It's not just a seasonal event. Oh my goodness. I'm actually excited about something new to RS3. All right, so here's the oak box. I think there are some... I guess I'll go hit the willows and drain, or I gotta go there anyway. Really glad I added a daily task to start buying out Olivia's seed shop for farming contracts. I ended up using 150-ish onion seeds on a farming request there. And that was basically all of the ones I had collected over the last week. All right, making my willow wood box. And I think next is teak, so I guess I'll pop out the Castle Wars real quick for that. And it's woodcutting 61. Because they rebalanced a bunch of log tiers too. They moved mahogany to 60, for example. I think I still have enough mahogany logs in my bank that I won't have to go to the Taibo Wanai Hardwood Grove. All right, so we go craft, teak logs, knife, teak wood box, thank you. All right, I need maple next. I'm going to Sears Village. All right, here's the maple wood box. Oops. Let me check my bank for the mahogany one. I think that's as far as I think I have to do Acadia next, actually. So that's Menifos, so do that first. I guess I probably should have chopped some U logs before this update in case there's any like quests or something that requires U logs, because I guess they've inadvertently increased the level requirement for those quests by a whole bunch now, right? All right, here's the Acadia wood box. Because I'm going to go to the fort, the start. Whatever it's not a quest. They just, I guess you can just get the lumberjack so that you can build the next upgrade, which is the grove. Exactly 6 mahogany logs. I think that's a good thing to use it on, though. Oh, clutching level 60. Ah, interesting. Okay. Well, that's fine. I'll get up there at some point. While I'm here, I'll go ahead and get the new character. Visitor earlier today wants to speak with you. Sit on the tree outside the chapel. Oh my goodness, talk to triple question mark. What is this, a Japanese RPG? Hello? What brings you here? Area to the east has been looking healthier. Just seeing greener out there. Oh, yeah. Perfect conditions for cultivating trees. Small cabin to work from. Happy to look after the grove for you. Speak with Bill. Okay. His name is Oak. Need some new plans. Reinforce the border with the wilderness to the east of the fort. All right, what are we looking at here? Eastern border wall. Oh, that's super easy. Okay. Just want you to have done the quest, I guess. Here we go. I guess I just go out there and build it. All right, building away at the eastern hotspot here. I guess on the plus side, they've tried to do all the new materials and stuff to make building the fort harder to justify giving you more XP. So I think what they're saying is that you can get construction almost to 99 just by building the fort, which is kind of cool. This is definitely more interesting than the player-owned house. All right, finish the build here. I think there's going to be a separate task to make the grove. At least they made the wall like dirt cheap. Appreciate that. See if they're going to have me build a gate here. I have to run all the way around every time. Into the wall, the land should be safe. Grove will provide the following benefits. Normal and oak trees, birds' nests found while wood cutting will be placed in your backpack. You can be able to store wood spirits in the wood box. Willow trees, yew trees, choking ivy, and a fairy ring. Unfortunately, I've already outclassed a lot of the trees that'll be immediately available to me. How are the new fortifications looking? Stone supply of lumber. With a lumber yard? Oh, this won't be a yard. Only we knew someone who owned a lumber yard. Just down the road. I know how it might look. Not a lumber yard. It's a grove. That's pretty funny. Okay, thanks, Bill. What do we got? Grove cabin. 8 wooden frames, 6 stone wall segments. Okay. Well, it's good that I have wooden frames left over. I actually screwed this up before. I made too many and had absolutely nothing to use them on. Oh, that's interesting. I already qualify to make the tier 3 grove cabin. Okay, this isn't something I need to focus on right now. It's not doing anything for me. I'm going to finish building the tier 1 because why not? But I've got other dailies and other stuff to work on. This is a cool little candy loop, but the other stuff is more important right now. Definitely gonna need to get my fletching to 60 to make the mahogany ore box, because that will make paying for the hardwood grove a much more tolerable cost. All right, I got the materials for grove cabin tier 1. Go ahead and get that built, and then I gotta get back on dailies and other stuff. I'll come back to this later. I think I'm gonna burn through the dailies and see if I actually have enough money to afford all of them. I might not even be able to cover today. If that's the case, I'm gonna have to save crack. All right, wood cutting grove built. I think that means I can already do stuff with this place, which is pretty much just chop regular trees and oaks and deposit things into log piles. That's kind of cool. It is kind of funny to see characters swinging their axes at what appears to be nothing from my perspective, because they've built a higher tier grove. All right, back on dailies. I've been neglecting penguin hide and seek all week, and it's going to reset tomorrow, so I should probably go ahead and do that. Also, probably need to do broken home before the reset. I should just do that right away at the start of the week, so I'm not pushing it against the clock every week. I am officially out of money, though, and can't finish my dailies, so I'm going to go ahead and get geared up to do safe cracking. I'm just going to do... I think what I'll do is every time I run out of money, I will do one full loot bag of stuff, and then turn that in for cash and use that to keep funding myself. It's thieving 81. It'll be interesting to see what thieving level I get to just from doing this for money every so often. All right, got a full looting bag, turning it in here. Ended up with enough money probably to cover me for another day, so I'm gonna have to do this pretty frequently. See if I have the fortitude to do this, but I'm gonna really try to get my 10 fish flingers out of the way. I need the time this week to go back to finishing up my chunk account. All right, this is my second game of the day. I'm gonna try to stick it out, do as many tickets as I can. All right, just gonna chop these trees in between games so I have something to fletch in the lobby. Go ahead and throw them all in my new wood box. Oh man, that grove update applies outside the grove. You find a bird's nest, you pick it up and place it in your backpack. Amazing. Amazing. I was under the impression that the bird nest found while woodcutting was only in the grove, but if that's throughout the whole game world, then maybe I should do the rest of the forestry updates, right? I guess later you can put them in the wood box. Oh, and then the third tier is bird nests obtained from woodcutting after completing the tier 3 upgrade of improved rewards. So yeah, I should finish that. I should make that a priority if I'm going to be woodcutting in between Fish Flingers games anyway. That's kind of a candy loop. Like, I want to do it, but I have to do it because of Fish Flingers, and I have to do it because of Fish Flingers because I have to do something productive while I'm sitting in the Fish Flingers lobby. 61 fishing. Doing my best to stick with it, y'all. I think I'm about to get a fishing level here. Yeah. Hey, first place. That's nice. 62 fishing. Well, I just got the Merchant Faction level 3. All of these are so useless. Except for the skilling one, but it's so deep in, you know? I have the rewards here to get the standard tackle box, so I'm picking that up. Need to do a stack of 18 raw fish. And then the next reward is not the max one, I don't think. Oh yeah, there's 2 more after this. So there's professional tackle box and then champions tackle box. 900 tokens, good lord. 230 medals. Fishing 63. I got 2 tickets left. It takes so much time. I just want it to be over. I know Fish Flingers is one of the dailies that I probably can get away with not doing, but I don't know. I want to try to get this tackle box. I think once I actually start doing my own fishing, it's going to be pretty helpful. Fishing 64, and I'm so happy to be out of tickets. Apparently I'm 1500 total level now, too. Yay. That's exciting. All right. I have 5 days to chill. Then I have to do this again. I need to finish my penguins weekly, so I'm going to work on that really fast, and then I'm going to do Broken Home. I probably won't have much time to do much else. We'll see. All right, I think I got all my penguins for the week. I'm going to try to get up to the little achievement that you get for having 50 points, because I feel like it's going to be more important for me to redeem big lamps when I'm a higher level anyway. All right, Trapper just came back. Come on. Ugh. All right, that's 2 really bad ones in a row. The earlier he sends me something good, the better. All right, doing Broken Home for the week real quick. All right, finished it. This time I did all 3 challenges again. They're actually not too hard to do if you're just paying attention. I don't think you need to do any of the challenges after the first time. You still get the best lamp, even if you screwed up. 26 minutes to complete Broken Home. That's not too bad, given the reward. My reward from Maria, and toss it on summoning. I'm just gonna keep lamping it until I'm able to train it, which won't be until I have the full shaman outfit. There we go. Summoning 42, 2 levels. Hey y'all, I'm primarily doing gem mining on my phone right now, because why would I do it on my computer? But while I've been doing it, whenever the time comes up to check the fur trapper, I've just been doing it then to get the clock ticking again. Gave me a Kandarian cow, so I got a rabbit, a chicken, and a cow so far. Not great value. Dungeoneering 42. Well, got another animal from my trapper on mobile, and it's another Umli hen. So yeah. At 100 beans per trap, not so great so far. I think I might barely break even because of the cow if I check it and then raise it to an adolescent and sell it, but it's going to be hard to sell it because my sell limits are so low. So I apparently totally missed this, but while I was doing my gem mining on mobile, I got 54,000 gem fragments, so I can now make the expert mining outfit as soon as I unlock Invention. It's one of the reasons I'm focusing so hard on getting Invention unlocked right now, is I really want to not feel like I'm sitting on fragments like this for a long time. So farming 68, I might try to make a compost mound familiar just to see if I can boost to do the next tier of flower at Het's Oasis. I don't like urgently need hunter levels for anything, but it'd be nice. So it gets summoning pouch, spirit shards, green charm, and regular compost. Okay. I'm just gonna make the 1 now for now to try it out. Oh man, I gotta clean up my bank. All right, I got my close to full armor set here. Compost mound pouch. There we go. I'm getting these last wills, by the way. I'm just not going to use them. I guess you can mostly trust me that I'm not doing that, but this is how many I've accrued without using them. All right, so compost mound pouch lasts for 32 minutes. guess if I'm gonna go do gathering in Pet's Oasis, let me make sure I have all the material. I want to have some super compost and a mostly empty inventory for that. All right, here's the hydrangea bush. Can I use super compost on it? I can. Okay, so we summon, which apparently is not enough to give me a temporary... Oh, do I have to like talk to it to get the boost or something? I actually don't know how the boost from this guy is supposed to work. All right, let me see if I can figure that out. Interact with it, farming boost. There it is. Okay, and it is a +2 boost. Let's see what I can get here, I guess. I don't know if that's just like a normal boost that I have to talk to him every time it runs out. Yeah, it looks like that is the case. Kind of annoying that there's like a long dialogue for it. And it seems to like run out after a while. That's really strange. I guess I didn't actually look into how this guy's boost works. It's really annoying. So he can boost your farming, but when your farming drops below the +2 boost to the +1 boost, you can't refresh it until the +1 boost totally runs out. And because this isn't old school, I can't see how long I have on the boost. It's kind of annoying. All right, well, I'm only going to harvest one of these then. I guess this guy gives you back more compost than you spend on summoning him, which is kind of interesting. Like, he just created super compost. All right, harvested the flowers. I might come back to this at 69 farming, because then I can just run the +1 boost constantly. But right now, I don't think it's worth it. Something else I kind of want to work on is getting all of the skilling outfits that have a modified headgear with a daily withdrawal option. So remaining there, smithing is just going to happen automatically. I can't force it. Prayer I should be able to force. Now that I finished Ghost Ahoy, I should be able to do the Ectofunctus. Ectofuntus apparently is how it's actually pronounced. And spelled, but we all have collective amnesia for that. And then cooking is Gnome Restaurant, which I might do a little bit later, but yeah, I'm just looking for stuff to do in between kind of AFK gem mining. That might be my focus, is trying to get the prayer and cooking outfits. So Runecraft 37, doing my daily Wicked Hood stuff here. Okay, I'm taking a brief detour from working on gem mining to get the bones needed for the prayer outfit. I think I need a total of 1,200 bones. I currently have 216. My plan for this is to just area loot the boneyard and see if there's a banker walking around in the wilderness. If not, I can area loot the Chaos Temple, and apparently there's a banker that I totally missed walking around the wilderness, a corner away from him. So I'm gonna see if I can do that. They have a modified shrunken boneyard here. Area loot definitely makes it really fast. I'm just gonna see now if there's like a banker dude in the general area. I'm not super clear on how those guys work. I know they just kind of wander around. All right, I think this is my best guy to bank them. Apparently you can get a diary step that lets you bank with that guy right next to the altar, which sounds kind of busted. If I keep using the boneyard proper, I can get some big bones, but I have to run all the way back down here to bank them. And if I just hang out here, I can do all regular bones, and it's a much shorter walk, so I have to figure out which one I want to do. All right, so the current strategy is standing here because it lets me grab the most bones. I grab this bone on the way out, I run, I bank with Simon, I then area loot the 3 bones down there, hop, area loot the 3 bones down there, and then run back and repeat. And it's pretty quick for a round. I should be able to get the 1,200 bones without too much trouble. All right, so I was looking into it, and apparently Harrison, it doesn't become a bank with the achievements. He lets you unnote stuff, so wouldn't help me in the situation I'm currently in. This is probably still the best way for me to get a boatload of bones really fast. I gotta step away for my second Guthix cache of the day, but I'll be back. This is going reasonably quickly. We'll see how the actual Ectofuntus goes. Wow, isn't the world interesting? Trying to figure out, like, okay, so how did RS3 inevitably make the Ectofuntus faster? One of the ways it did it is it got rid of buckets and pots, so that helps a little bit. But also, apparently, they added Powder of Pulverizing, which is a 30-minute buff that lets you grind all of your bones instantly instead of having to go through each one at a time, which sounds amazing. I'm like, okay, well, how do I make that? Oh, it uses scarabs. Okay, what kind of scarabs? The level 70 scarabs that I was just coincidentally boosting for and checking out. So I might actually go back to doing that, even though the boost right now is pretty miserable. It would be pretty helpful. I'll see how that works out for me. I don't think I have any other targeted way to quickly farm up my farming to 69 to make that faster, but probably don't need that many flowers because I only need enough scarab shells to be able to keep the boost running for long enough to get through all my bones, and I don't know how long that's going to take. All right, so I'm deep in a candy loop here. This is a fun one, though. This isn't connected to any like dailies or anything. This is just one that I'd want to do if I had no dailies or weeklies. So I'm making 2 compost mounds to boost my farming. And I'm going to gather enough hydrangeas to get enough scarabs to get enough powder to be able to do the ectofuntus for like, I don't know, an hour and a half maybe. Apparently there's some cheese I might be able to get away with. It's going to be really attentive and annoying, but I guess if I log out 10 seconds or so before the minute marker, I can keep the boost. I think it works the same way in old school RuneScape, although I've never had to abuse that. Just to save me some hassle of having to re-up the boost constantly. So yeah, I'm going to give that a try. I might actually hit 69 farming from doing this. The XP from gathering the flowers isn't terrible given that it's active, but we'll see. I think I'm able to do the log out cheese. I just have to do this until I get to 69. So I think I want about 45 flowers. That'll very safely make sure that I can make at least 3 pulverizing powders, which should last me about 90 minutes of the ectofuntus. All right, I got exactly 45 hydrangeas, which hopefully will get me enough shells here. I'm just going to do this. Shouldn't take too long. Oh my god, you get so much experience for Hunter from this. 266 XP per click. That's completely ridiculous. Oh my god. I might need more hydrangeas just because I've got 2 of these that are plains, which is wasting the total amount of stack XP I could get. I still have the boost, so I might get slightly more, maybe 1 or 2 more harvests to make sure that they're all hasties, you know. This is so much better too now that I have the auto loot. All right, I got enough extra hydrangeas to fill both of the baskets. We'll see how this goes. I turned on the XP tracker. I'm really curious what XP rate this is going to be once I can actually get the hydrangeas much more easily. And again, I think really the best thing to do is to just turn off run and spam click everything, because you could try to think about it, but it's not worth the brain space to think about it, since you can generally just dismiss all of them if you click fast enough to stack them. Hunter 71. XP's usually really fast. Even with not having enough hydrangeas to fully maintain the pool. I'm just trying to get up to 45 here. All right, I got 45 whirligig shells. I'm going to turn these all into powders of pulverizing. Oh, it stacks. That's kind of nice. And I'm going to go finish getting bones, and then we're going to see how quickly I can get this prayer outfit. All right, I have 1,200 bones now. That actually wasn't too bad of a grind, just kind of running in here, area looting, and then running back out. I'm going to try to grind all of these first, I think, and then I will get all the slime, because then I can take advantage of the buff for as long as possible. I'm going to use games necklaces to bank for this, just so I can bank as fast as possible at Agaroth or whatever. All right, so got to be quick, so we scatter the powder, grab our bones, and we ectophile. Run up the stairs. Can I just click on the bone grinder and do this? Fill. Auto. Okay, and then can't use keyboard shortcuts annoyingly because they don't work in legacy mode the way I'm used to them. And then we bank, bones, go. That's nice and fast. This is going fine. It took me about 10 minutes to do like 400 bones, so I think if I had perfect timing, I could do this with a single powder, but I've got like 3 powders, so I should be fine to finish everything. I don't know, games necklace charges, so I'm just using the Edgeville bank now with the wilderness teleport, or wilderness sword teleport. I'm definitely gonna be able to finish the whole inventory in 1 powder buff, so that's cool. I don't know that I'll ever do the ectofunctus again after this. I don't think I need tokens for anything, but I guess we'll see. This is my last inventory, and I have about 2 minutes left on the buff, so perfect timing. I only needed to get 1, but I wasn't sure how long this was actually practically gonna take. Less than 30 minutes, it turns out. Now that these are done, the time pressure is gone. It's time to do slime, which is going to be a little slower, I think. Unfortunately, you cannot just buy slime from charter ships in this one, so you do have to gather it. Although you don't need to bring buckets, which is nice. And there's a really easy agility shortcut to get straight down here, it looks like. Although they need to like make it so I don't have to specifically click on the thing. Whatever. Yeah, this is going to take significantly longer than the bones. It might actually take longer than gathering the bones. We'll see. Well, it took a while, but it was pretty AFK, and I got some work done. This is my last inventory of slime. So now I just have to start transporting 13 slime, 13 bone meal. I think I'm going to redeem the ecto tokens whenever I get a multiple of 1,000, because it'll affect the amount of prayer XP I'm getting for this. We had 1,200 buckets of slime. 39 big bone meal, 1173 regular bone meal. Here we go. Thank goodness for presets, huh? Alright, first time actually worshipping at the Ectofunctus. Funtus? I swear to God, there's a C in there somewhere. Okay. I don't think it's any faster for me to spam click it. No, it automatically offers them pretty quickly. No point in spam clicking. Cool. I think I can right click this guy, collect to get my Ecto tokens. Oh, it's gonna take a while. Okay, I guess those go in the currency pouch, so that's nice. Let me add that to my favored list, I guess. Okay, I've got enough tokens to get my first piece. I actually don't know who I talked to for that. Is it the Ghost Disciple? The shady ghost up here. Different ghost. Hi. Got something that might interest you, stranger. I'll take one. Thanks. First stage ring. Oh, that's kind of cool to have one be a ring. Prayer 57, actually doing the offering is pretty slow here. I'm working through it though. Trapper just came back while I was working on this. I'll go check. It's probably going to be garbage again. Alright, come on, give me something good. 0 for 3. Oh my god, 0 for 4. It's feeling pretty bad so far. Getting a second piece over here. Okay. Hey, Tiara. One's actually visible on the character model. Cool. Love how the prayer bonus from this outfit doesn't work at the Ectofuntus. Like, it's the same as the fishing outfit not working at Fish Flingers. Very odd choice. Third piece. Alright, amulets. That's kind of interesting that this set is non-typical slots for a Skilling's outfit. There's another piece. The cape. Cool. You might be able to wear a lot of these pieces with another set. Alright, here is the final piece that's not the modified attachment. Oh, and it's a bracelet. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All the outer slots, basically. Just 200 more bone meal to go through, and I'll get the add-on for the tiara, and then we're all done. I can't use the amulet right now because of the Ghost Speak amulet. Alright, this is the last trip. This actually wasn't too bad of a grind. It was mostly pretty chill. Only took a few hours, I would say. Get my last piece here. This is actually the add-on for the tiara. Oh, right, I have to redeem my tokens first. Here we go. I'll take one. Sick. First stage tiara add-on. Add to tiara. That's fine. Chance to save a bone when burying, whatever. Alright, got the full outfit now. Looking cool. Oh, that's a pretty cool add-on. Little floating stones above your head. Dig that. And now I can get dragon bones. 3 dragon bones, which, you know, isn't a lot, but if it's a daily thing, that's 90 per month. I guess that adds up after a while. So the last skilling outfit that I can actively go for, other than the smithing one, is the cooking one. So I can try to do that. Last one with a modified headgear that has a daily item allowance, that is. Oh, bone savings applies to an altar as well, so that is pretty important to have before I do any significant prayer training. I guess this also gives you a house teleport, which I guess because your gilded altar is there. Okay, but I'm just going to use it as a really convenient house teleport, I guess. Only like 3 per day. I feel like I've done 1 Gnome restaurant game ever on my main in order to get like a diary step or something. But I gotta do some research to figure out how the heck it works. I'm doing this while I'm researching Gnome Restaurant. I think it's pretty straightforward. It's going to be a little annoying because my cooking level is so low, so I'm probably going to burn a lot of the things that I need to make. But it seems like the best thing to do is just go ahead and pre-make all of the food you're going to need for the deliveries, so you can quickly pull them from the bank and deliver them. I think you get a piece every other delivery or so, so I should be able to pull that off. Alright, I'm going to start working on Gnome Restaurant prep. I recognize this swamp very well. If you watched my old school blind playthrough, you'll recognize it too. Spent a lot of time here collecting frog legs. So now I can at least area loot. That will make things a little bit faster, especially since they increase the radius. It's actually extremely fast and super chill to just get everything here. That's cool. I guess I'll just do a few inventories of this. I mean, why not, right? All right, I got like 3 full inventories of king worms and toad legs. I think that's most of what I need. Everything else I think I can buy from the shop. So I'm just going to try to cook as much as I can from among the list of things you need for the restaurant minigame. There are a few things that I don't qualify for because my cooking is only 34, but I'm going to do my best. We'll be honest, I'm a little nervous about this guy's shop stock. I don't know how quickly he restocks. Knowing how Shopscape sucks in RS3 and is usually daily, we'll see. I'm just going to buy everything out from him and bank it all. Alright, restock time's not too bad. I'm still working on buying out the stock, and it's slowly restocking in the meantime, so it probably is enough for me to cook everything here. Alright, I finished buying out the shop stock, so I'm just going to make 3 of everything here before I start the minigame. Looks like I have to do the tutorial first. Okay, it's been a minute. I assume this is the same, so I'll just speed through it here. Alright, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but I made my first bit of toad crunchies. I accidentally ate a couple of my aqua leaves too, so gotta not do that. It's weird that it's got a left click eat option. Alright, turning in the chocolate chip crunchies. I think I only need 1 gnome spice actually. Okay, I gotta do cocktail training first, so I'm gonna do that. Really made cocktail making a little bit more automated than it is in old school. Alright, gnome delivery, let's go. Rather than pre-making stuff, I just want to try to do a couple contracts to see how bad it is. I might get a contract that takes me somewhere that I haven't completed the quest to access, which means there's a 5-minute cooldown before I can take another one, during which I could spend time making other things, so I'll just plan to do that. First one is a fruit blast. I have to bring it out to Karamja. I think I can make it. Let's see what happens here. Okay, here's my guy to turn in. I just talked to him. Have a tip. Hey, I got a piece. That was not too bad. And 1 raw umli, but I'll take the piece. That's great. I have to do that 5 more times, though. It's like a 50% chance to get a piece, so realistically, probably another 10 times. Looks like you get way more than enough time to complete the delivery, so I don't need to stress out too much about like rushing it. Right-click hard. Ungle whip in the wizard's tower. Easy. Okay. Cooking level. I think the cooking XP for this overall is not going to be very good. I'm actually not sure if I'm even allowed to burn it. It's possible I'm not. Speak of the devil, I just burned it. I'm going to need to bank any of this. I might just be able to buy everything from him every single time, you know? Looks like his shop restocks just fast enough to enable that. Yeah, that's pretty painless. I think I'll just be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to finish it right now because I'm coming up on needing to go live for stream. The next session after I do my dailies, I'll try to finish up this set. I can have one more thing to withdraw from. I think this one's not as useful. It just gives you pie shells, but I think they are pie shells and not pie dishes. So it includes the dough, which would be pretty helpful for some use cases. All right, so Ongle Whip gave me Toad Flax, but nothing else. I love this like TARDIS thing over here with the penguins. I assume this is connected to a Cold War sequel, but I love it. Here's our guy, Wingstone. Hey, I got another piece. That's pretty reasonable. 2 out of 6. Turning in another one, and I got another piece. This is really fast. I should have done this a while ago, but I guess it doesn't really matter because I haven't been leveling cooking at all. It's pretty far behind all my other skills. I need 3 more pieces, 2 more and then the add-on. My 5th overall delivery. And I got another piece. Yeah, I'm getting really lucky today. It's crazy how all over the place the skilling outfits are. This one reminds me of like the Undead Lumberjack outfit, which takes like, I don't know, half an hour maybe. I guess you get really unlucky on the coin flips, which would suck, but no luck. Okay, now I'm gonna go dry because I got lucky earlier. Oh, I just got one that I physically can't do. Imbolin is in the Wizards Guild and I can't go in there. I have to wait 5 minutes. Okay, so... Alright, that officially means I can't pull this off before stream. So I'll be back. I'll have to do a bunch of dailies, but I'll try to squeeze in these last couple pieces. Add it to my daily list. Oh, I didn't realize these seed pods. I guess it's not like the one in old school that's infinite, but that's still pretty useful. Hey, so I actually beat the game. I was streaming today about an hour early, so I have about 50 minutes until the reset. So I'm going to try really hard to see if I can finish the sous chef set before then. I get a piece. 3 in a row with that one. No dice. That's pretty wild. I didn't realize the seed pod was supposed to be like a glider comes and gets you and brings you here. That's not how it works in old school. It's pretty cool though. All right, we're gonna get it. Oh man, real dry now. Paying for getting lucky before. Yeah, check this out. So you use a seed pod and it goes up in the air and you wait a second, then a glider shows up. It's pretty cool. All right, it wants to send me to a guy that requires Monkey Madness, so that's not happening. I'm gonna go to the Fort 4 and 3 and start just like leveling cooking, I guess. I don't really have anything to cook specifically. I want to save almost all of my raw meat that I bought from Uglog for dinosaurs and the player-owned farm and that kind of a thing, but I also just need to squeeze out some levels. I can catch better fish right now, but I won't be able to cook them yet, so I need to like catch my cooking up somehow. I'm gonna try to just get a bunch of trout and salmon. That's probably the way to go. Cooking 36. Look at my bacon, I guess. Hey, that's an easy one. Captain Dalber wants a short green guy. Okay. All right, come on, let's break the streak. Ooh, I'm having a rough time breaking this streak right now. You can see the countdown to the daily here. Game does not want me to finish this outfit. Checking the hunter. Nope. Still has not paid for himself. Okay. What do we got here? Can you give me a piece? Wow, I'm really getting screwed now. I need 2 more pieces, technically. Very possible to flip tails that many times in a row. You can't use your seed pod indoors. How would the pilot find you? Wow. Props, I guess. Come on. Snapdragon. Oh my god, I'm so dry. I'm starting to wonder if I like need to go talk to Oziak or something. I think it's just bad luck. Bummer. Got Garkor again. Another easy one in Al Kharid. About to say, come on, I can't get tails 7 times in a row. But I totally can. Wow. I'm really getting screwed here. It's crazy. I'm really starting to think, like, did I make a mistake? Googling it, it looks like it's more like a 1 in 3 chance, which is a little easier to explain going this dry on. Got 17 minutes to get 2 pieces. I don't think it's going to happen now. It was pretty likely when I first logged in, but not with how dry I am. Come on, please. Oh man, it would be nice if there was some, like, bad luck protection there. Come on. Oh, I'm so dry. It's getting to the point where I think it's impossible now for me to make it in time. Come on. Oh my god. Incredible. I haven't counted how many I've done since I logged in, but I think it's like 9. The plus side, I'm getting a bunch of seed pods if I ever come back here for like questing or whatever later on. I'm tempted to just give up. Is that the way to go? Okay, no, giving up doesn't... Well, I have to actually give up, right? I can't say I'm going to give up, but in my heart believe it's going to happen. Oh, we got another one I can't do, Professor Manglethorpe, and that, I think, officially disqualifies me. Herblore 55, I'm just over here cleaning herbs while I wait for my 5 minutes to run out. Oh boy, I gotta bring it to King Bolrin in the middle of the Tree Gnome maze. I think once you do the maze once, as long as you start the quest, you can always go in and out, so at least I'll start the quest while I'm there, I suppose. I have a feeling the daily's about to tick over. I'm gonna get a piece as soon as the daily ticks over. Alright, I'm here in Tree Gnome Village, and I'm gonna go ahead and start the quest. I think I just have to talk to him to start it. I got the piece. Of course I did. Amusing. Alright, so I just need one more. I have to get the modified thing for it now. Assume this is the same. Alright, just accepting the quest, because I think that's all I need to be able to move in and out. It is really funny to get it immediately after the reset. I got a cooking level, cooking 37. Whole set looks pretty cool, actually. Alright, game, are you gonna be kind enough to give me the back-to-back after all that? No. Mint cakes. I've seen those before. I don't even know what they do. Doesn't have a tooltip for what they heal for. Restores your energy by 100%. That's kind of cool. Free me from this prison, although this minigame's really not that bad. I guess there's no real reason to do it other than for pieces, so it's a bummer whenever I don't get one. No dice. Let's keep going. Using these pie shells will end up being pretty convenient whenever I need to make pies to boost for stuff. Like, I'd probably make a garden pie if I just had some pie shells lying around. I'll get more of these mint cakes, which is kind of a cool reward, actually. Can't be over. I do my dailies. Nope. Ah, balls. I got one that requires fishing contest. I'll go skip it. Okay, while I wait for that 5-minute cooldown, I'm going to do Nemi Forest real fast. Prayer 58. I get so much more prayer XP from this than actually training prayer at the moment. Back on it. No dice. Nope. I was very nearly done with this whole thing in like 20 minutes. Just going dry here at the very end. Hey, there it is. All right, we are done. That wasn't too bad. I mean, I went pretty dry at the end and I was whining about it, but it was still quite a bit easier than a lot of the other outfits here. Easier than the Herblore outfit. All right, sick. Just put some peppers on the side of my head and a spoon. Okay. I now have all of the outfits that are not time gated in some way. So the only ones remaining are the summoning outfit and the smithing outfit that have modified headgear. Summoning I will get not this week, but next week from familiarization. And smithing is just I have to do more smithing. I think it's probably gonna happen by the time I get to like 85, maybe. Okay, and that concludes episode 14. Next episode, we're finally gonna finish Dragon Slayer 1 after all this time. Also going to try to make as much progress as possible on getting crafting 80 to unlock the invention skill, and maybe actually unlock invention. I don't actually remember what's in my clips. We'll see. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.